Wealth is not just about money. Some people earn it quickly and lose it just as fast, while others inherit it and make it last for generations. The families with old money, those who have kept their fortunes for centuries, live in a world that is often invisible to the general public. Their wealth is not measured by flashy cars or glittering jewelry, but by influence and a careful understanding of society and tradition. These families understand that wealth is fragile and that the real value of money lies in how it is preserved, grown, and passed on to the next generation. From Europe to America, old money families have quietly shaped history. They have influenced governments, controlled industries, supported the arts, and built legacies that continue to this day. Their secrets lie not only in how they manage money, but in how they educate their children, maintain relationships, and create social codes that protect their status. Unlike the newly rich who often display wealth to show success, old money families operate in a subtle way. Their homes, cars, and lifestyles are elegant but understated. Their parties, philanthropy, and public appearances are carefully curated to preserve the family image and influence. In a sense, their power comes from invisibility. It is not the wealth itself, but the combination of money, influence, and social knowledge that ensures continuity over centuries. The mindset of old money families is distinct. While many people dream of instant wealth and the luxuries it brings, these families focus on the long term. They think in decades, sometimes centuries, about how each decision affects the family legacy. Children are raised with an understanding that wealth is not a gift to be spent carelessly, but a responsibility to manage and protect. Education is central to this process. From an early age, children learn not only academics, but also etiquette, cultural knowledge, and social strategy. They are taught to understand history, art, and literature, and to navigate complex social networks. These skills are considered as important as knowing how to handle money. A poorly educated heir could squander not just wealth, but influence, reputation, and the carefully cultivated legacy of generations. Discretion is another cornerstone. Old money families rarely broadcast their wealth or achievements. They avoid ostentatious displays, knowing that attention can attract risk. Instead, they invest quietly, acquire businesses discreetly, and maintain private networks of influence. They create trusts and foundations not only to protect assets legally, but to ensure that wealth is distributed according to long-term plans rather than impulsive desires. Every decision is weighed against the family's values, reputation, and future. For these families, money without prudence is meaningless, and visibility without strategy is dangerous. The preservation of wealth is also tied to family traditions and social codes. In many old money families, there are unwritten rules about behavior, marriage, education, and public appearance. These rules have been passed down for generations, often silently, but their power is absolute. Marriage, for example, is not just a personal choice, but a social strategy. Families encourage unions that strengthen chances, secure influence, or maintain status. within elite circles. Children are often sent to schools attended by generations of family members, ensuring they build lifelong connections with peers who will themselves inherit wealth and influence. Even seemingly minor actions, such as how one dresses or entertains guests, are guided by these codes. A misstep can damage the family's reputation and jeopardize the network that supports its wealth. Education in old money families goes far beyond academics. Children are immersed in a culture of responsibility and awareness. They are taught to manage estates, understand financial instruments, and navigate complex social hierarchies, and that their role is to carry forward the family legacy. Historical examples are often used as lessons. Stories of relatives who lost fortunes due to poor judgment, scandal, or careless alliances serve as cautionary tales. Through these stories, children internalize the idea that wealth is fragile and influence is earned, not inherited automatically. Wealth management in these families is a carefully orchestrated art. Investments are diversified across industries, geographies, and generations. Stocks, bonds, real estate, and private businesses are used to create stability and growth. Art and other collectibles are not just luxury items, but stores of value that often appreciate over time. Foundations and trusts allow families to control assets across generations, reduce tax burdens, and maintain privacy. Unlike the newly rich, who often chase high-profile ventures or risky investments for short-term gains, old money families prioritize sustainability and discretion. Their power lies not in the flashiness of their assets, but in the careful control of them, often behind the scenes. Social influence is another essential element. Old money families understand that connection and reputation are as valuable as money. Hosting private gatherings, attending exclusive clubs, and participating in philanthropic efforts are ways to maintain influence and visibility among peers while remaining discreet to the broader public. These families often shape cultural institutions, sponsor the arts, and subtly guide political or economic developments, often through personal relationships and networks rather than public statements or media attention. Influence spreads quietly. In this way, the families extend their power without attracting unnecessary scrutiny. Lifestyle among old money families reflects their values and priorities. Elegance, consistency, and discipline characterize daily life. Clothing tends to be classic rather than trendy, functional yet refined. Homes are maintained carefully over generations, preserving history and value rather than chasing modern extravagance. Leisure activities, while luxurious, are often culturally enriching. Attending theater, opera, or private lectures rather than high-profile parties. Their philosophy emphasizes lasting prestige over temporary glamour, understanding that public attention is fleeting, but legacy endures. The differences between old money and new money are striking. New money often created in a single generation through business, entertainment, or technology, who may prioritize visibility and status symbols. Their influence may be large, but it's often tied to personal fame or media presence. Old money, on the other hand, focuses on subtly strategic networks and long-term continuity. While new fortunes can rise quickly, they are often fragile without the systems, codes, and mindset that old money families cultivate over generations. Many famous old money families illustrate these principles. In Europe, families such as Rothschild, the Medicis, and the Windsors have maintained influence for centuries. In the United States, families like Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, and the DuPonts show similar patterns. Across continents, these families share common traits: careful education, discreet wealth management, strong social networks, and a commitment to preserving cultural and economic influence. They understand that wealth alone does not guarantee continuity. It's the combination of money, influence, prudence, and social skill that secures their legacy. In conclusion, old money families reveal that true wealth is more than money. It is a strategy, culture, and influence passed from generations to generations. They teach us that discretion, careful education, long-term planning, and social skills are the tools that preserve power across centuries. For anyone curious about wealth, society, or history, understanding old money offers a window into a world where money is only part of the story and legacy is everything. By focusing on these families, we uncover the quiet roles that govern elite society, the thoughtfulness that preserves wealth, and the social strategies that keep influence alive for generations. Their lives are a masterclass in patience, planning, and subtle power. Unlike those who seek instant fame or flashy recognition, old money teaches that true influence is invisible, enduring, and carefully nurtured.